Right on TV last night?
Yeah, $150.
Well, I ate a new Chinese restaurant last night.
Oh yeah? How'd you like it?
You're not really on a diet.
Not really. I should be though.
Oh, not you. You're in good shape.
I think I got 50 more tonight. Got the champ in the
You
knockout.
think you picked another winner?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Floyd,
Yeah?
they're gonna raise the price of oil again. A couple of dollars on the barrel, according to this.
Yeah, guess that means gas prices are gonna go up another nickel or two, huh?
Yeah, a nickel here and a dime there. It's gonna nickel and dime us to death.
I don't mind the nickels and dimes, Ramon. It's the $20 bills it takes to fill my gas tank.
Yeah.
That's what hurts.
Well, now, if you folks got yourself the right kind of car, you wouldn't have all those problems.
Car's a car. They're all trouble, as far as I'm concerned. Ramon, you ready for me?
I'm waiting on you, Helen. You're my next customer.
I tell you, Floyd, much as I love you, if gas prices keep going up, I'm not going to be able to drive over here to work.
You will if you get the kind of car I just bought.
Oh, I got yourself a new car, did you, Lee?
You bet I did. Picked that little beauty up this morning.
Oh, did you get that foreign car you were talking about, Lee?
Sure did, Molly. Wait till you see it. You're gonna love it.
They say those foreign cars are really supposed to be good cars.
Yeah, Molly's been thinking about buying one, haven't you, Molly?
I sure have. I've been saving up for a long time, and I'm just about ready to get rid of that old clunker and buy a really nice new car.
Well, don't waste any more time thinking about it, Molly. Just go right out and buy yourself one. Smartest move I ever made, let me tell you.
Really like it, huh, Lee?
Greatest little car I ever owned. Sorry I didn't make the move sooner.
In that article I was reading, they said those guys overseas got our guys scared. They said we missed the boat this time.
Well, maybe they're right.
I don't know. But I did see on TV that foreign cars not only get better gas mileage, they're just better buys all around.
No, I'm not so sure about that. We've been building good cars for a long time now.
Well, I think they're neat, Floyd.
They say they're really supposed to be fun to drive.
Looks like you made yourself a real popular choice, huh, Lee?
Floyd, I just got sick and tired driving those big gas guzzlers. Went out and got myself a dependable little import. Easy on gas, got a lot of style, good investment. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Figure you got yourself a real good deal there, huh, Floyd?
More than my money's worth. That little beauty's gonna save me a bundle of dough.
All this sound familiar? It should. We've been hearing a lot more talk these days about foreign cars being better buys than ours. And that's exactly what it is. Talk. Problem is, people don't always have the facts straight when it comes to talking about cars, particularly imports. And it's our job as GM salespeople to set them straight. Now, when I meet prospective buyers like Molly here who are seriously considering an import, I just take them down a list of points that compares the advantages of our cars to theirs. No way am I going to lose a single sale to an import dealer without telling my story all the way through. And in a minute or so, I'm going to have a chance to tell Molly my story. Maybe keep her from making a big mistake.
Seems like I couldn't go wrong with a car like yours, Lee. I mean, not knowing what's going to happen with gasoline and all.
You can't go wrong, Molly. Greatest feeling in the world is knowing that the answer to all my car problems is parked right outside.
You drove over today, huh, Lee?
Well, got to show off once in a while, don't I, Floyd? Especially with a beauty like I got.
Oh, I'd love to see it, Lee.
Me too.
Well then, ladies, come on out and take a look at what a real car looks like. You too, Floyd. Ramon?
Let's go, Ramon. I want to see.
Okay, Helen, you're the customer.
I think I'll take a look, too. I'm kind of curious myself.
Do you mind, Frank? Don't you want to see it? Well, maybe you can help me decide what to do.
Oh, that's okay, Molly. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Maybe I can help.
How do you like it, Molly? It's a beauty, isn't it? Everything I said it was and then some, huh?
Oh, it's darling, Lee. I just love it. What do you think, Floyd? Should I get one?
Well, before you decide anything, Molly, I think you better talk to Frank.
Well, Frank, what do you think?
You really serious about this, Molly?
Yes, I am, Frank. You know, I need a new car, and I think it would be really neat to have one like this. You know, imported. Seems kind of neat somehow.
Can't beat him, Molly. Best investment I ever made.
Well, now, let's just take a closer look here, Molly, and see what kind of an investment Lee has made. You don't mind, do you, Lee?
Mind? Why should I mind? My pleasure.
What are you going to do, Frank?
Well, I just want to make sure that Molly knows what she's getting into.
Frank, I know you sell GM cars, and I'd really like to buy one from you, but...
Now, don't worry about that, Molly. I just want to be sure you understand a few things about imports before you decide, that's all. Now, the first thing you need to know is the sticker price. Here it is.
That's a lot of money, Molly.
I didn't realize they cost that much.
You get what you pay for, Molly. A top quality automobile here.
Is that what you paid for it, Lee?
No, actually I paid about $200 more for preparation and delivery charges.
I see. You didn't get any kind of a discount.
No discount. They told me there's not much markup on these imports, so they can't discount them.
You thinking about spending that kind of money, Molly?
Well, I was hoping it wouldn't cost that much. I've saved enough, but, well, if it's worth it, I suppose...
It's worth it, Molly. Take my word for it.
A lot of money for that car, Molly. I can give you a lot more car for a lot less. About $1,400 less.
Really? I thought your car would cost more than Lee.
A lot of people think that. Fact is, it costs less.
Okay, so it costs a few $100s more. When I trade in this baby, I'm going to get most of my money back. What do you say to that, hotshot?
Well, trade-in value is always one of the things to consider. But I think if you check back over the years, Molly, you'll find that GM cars have always had the highest trade-in value of any car on the market.
Now, that's true, Molly. Always has been.
GM's been around for a long time, Molly. They built cars for your great-grandfather. Now they're building them for you, and they're going to be building them for a long, long time.
Now, that's real stability, Molly, and you need that today.
Now, the main thing, of course, though, is to make sure Molly gets full value for her money. Now, with my car...
Now you're talking my language. Value. Molly, let me show you what real value is. Sit in here behind the wheel. There you go. How's that feel to you, huh?
Well, it's a little snug, but all right, I guess. Just different.
Still got that girls' softball team, Molly?
Oh, sure. Couldn't give that up. Seems it's the only exercise I get anymore.
You sure you're going to have enough room for you and some of your players? And how about those two golden retrievers of yours?
Oh, I'd almost forgot about them.
Plenty of room in here for everybody, Molly. Let me show you. Helen, you get in front. Ramon, Floyd, Frank, you get in the back. Plenty of room in here for everybody. Let me tell you. I'll just get in over here. Plenty of room for everybody.
Whoa. Sorry. Lee, this is just too tight a squeeze for us.
Well, it's a little cramped, but I guess I could fit a couple of girls from the team along with my dogs.
You'll find room for all of us in my car, Molly. Come on, everybody. You too, Lee. Molly, you get right there in the driver's seat. Helen, why don't you get in beside her? Lee, you can get up front. Ramon, you and Floyd, I will get in the back seat, huh? There you go. Now, how's that? How's that? Everyone feel comfortable? Lots more room all around, huh?
Boy, it sure is.
I can stretch.
Quite a difference.
Sure is.
I don't think they had people in mind when they built your car, Lee.
I got all the room I need anyway. How many times are you going to want
Maybe not enough for Molly, though, Lee, you know? Why don't you open up your trunk so we can see how much cargo space you've got?
Plenty of room. Plenty of room.
Well, what do you think, Molly? Will all your softball gear fit in there?
Oh, no. Not even close. I didn't realize it was so dinky.
There it is.
Come on, Helen. I've seen enough. Let's go inside, okay?
Me too, Ramon. For heaven's sake, look at me. We better get back in right now.
Now, look at this. Plenty of room for your softball equipment, plus some.
Oh, yes. There's lots more room here.
Hey, I didn't realize how long we've been out here. I got to get back to the shop.
Be right with you, Floyd. As you can see, Molly, you got a lot more for your money with my car.
Yeah, but how much more are you going to have to spend in gasoline just to get some extra trunk space? My car gets a lot better mileage than his car.
Enough to make up that $1,400 difference? Now, you can buy a lot of gasoline for $1,400, Molly.
No problem. I'll make up the difference in no time at all.
Okay, let's go back inside and we'll just figure out what it costs to drive each car every day. Then we'll see how long it takes to make up that difference.
Just brush it a couple more times, Ramon, then I'll put it back up myself.
You know, Helen, I don't think I'd want one of those imports. Too much money for what you get.
Well, maybe. It's the cost of driving a car that's getting to me. Those cars like Lee's are supposed to be economical to run.
I still say I get better mileage.
Well, let's just see what the numbers say.
Yeah, fine with me. What are you going to figure?
Well, your mileage is estimated at 24 miles to the gallon, isn't it?
That's right. 24 miles to the gallon.
Molly, how far do you drive each day?
Oh, about 30 miles.
Well, suppose you were to drive those 30 miles and get 24 miles per gallon at, say, $1.30 per gallon. That would cost you $1.63 per day.
Well, $1.63 per day is pretty good, isn't it, Frank?
That's okay, but let's take a look at my car now. Overall, I average 19 miles to the gallon. Now, driving those same 30 miles at $1.30 per gallon would cost you $2.05 a day. That's 42 cents a day more to drive my car.
See, just what I told you. Because you know where your best deal is now, don't you, Molly?
Not necessarily, Lee. That 42 cents a day figures out to be $153 more per year to drive my car. Well, that doesn't come close to making up that $1,400 difference.
That's a lot of gasoline. You know, Molly, that could take you over 9 years.
Sure could.
You see, Molly, that 5 miles per gallon difference sounds good, but it's going to cost you.
Well, so my car costs a little more. Yeah, you got to drive it a while to make up the difference. I still say I'm going to save a lot of money at the gas pump, and I'm going to go a lot further between fill-ups.
Well, let's take a closer look at that, too. Now, you've got a 13-gallon tank at 24 miles. That gives you 312-mile driving range, right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, now, my car has an 18-gallon tank, 19 miles to the 42 miles. You see, Molly, you can drive my car further between fill-ups than you can Lee's.
That's good to know, Frank. I don't like stopping and filling my gas tank any more than I have to.
All right. So his car's got a longer driving range, the price is less. I still get better gas mileage. I say you get what you pay for. That little beauty's going to last me a lot longer, and it's going to be cheaper and easier to take care of than his car.
I'm glad you brought that up, Lee. Tell me now, where do you have to take your car when it needs to be serviced?
Well, if it does need service, I'll take it back to the dealer where I bought it.
At the dealership across town? That's quite a drive.
Seems like a long way to go, Lee, just to get your car serviced.
That's if you need service here in town. What happens? The nearest dealership might be a couple 100 miles away, and the local mechanic might not know how to fix an import. It wouldn't be the first time, you know.
Well, how often is that going to happen? Once in a million?
I don't know, Molly. You'd be in a lot of trouble if that happened to you.
That's right, Floyd. I would.
Well, you know I'm just down the street, Molly, but what you may not know is that there are more than 12,000 GM dealerships in North America. Now, you can take a GM car into any GM dealership and get it serviced. Any idea how long it takes to get your car serviced, Lee?
Well, all I care to know is they told me I'll be in and out the same day. Well, except if they don't have the parts or something.
Oh, parts hard to come by sometimes?
Well, only if they get held up overseas. It's not the fault of the dealer here, though.
Maybe not, but Molly can't afford to have her car tied up waiting for parts to come from overseas.
I certainly can't. I need it to get to work.
You shouldn't have that problem with my car, Molly. GM has the largest parts distribution system in this part of the world, just to make sure you get quality service.
Can't beat that, Molly.
With my car, you can count on parts being readily available at the lowest possible prices.
You know, Molly, parts could cost a lot more, too, coming all the way from overseas.
I hadn't thought about that.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. The only thing you're going to have to do with this car, Molly, is take it in for a tune-up once in a while. Get the brakes checked. Little stuff, that's all.
I don't know. Sam at the service station said you got to putter with them all the time just to keep them running smooth.
I think you should know, Molly, about the only thing you'll have to do to my car for the next 2 years is change the oil. No tune-ups with a high-energy ignition system. Change the plugs at 22,000 miles, that's about it.
Really? Is that all?
That's all, and you've got a full warranty on all parts and labor for 1 year or 12,000 miles.
That's quite a story you've got there, Frank.
Yes, it is. And I have just one more thing Molly should know about. You're planning to finance your car, aren't you, Molly? Over what you have for a down payment?
Well, yes.
I think you'll find that easier to do with us. Lee probably had to go to a bank to get his financing. Right, Lee?
Yeah, so what?
Well, that's not always so easy to do. You see, Molly, when you buy a car from a GM dealer, you can arrange your financing through GMAC. That's the GM group that specializes in financing cars.
So you don't have to borrow money from a bank?
Well, not unless you want to. The important thing is that GMAC is in the car financing business. With banks, a lot depends on the economy. What's happening with interest rates, sometimes they're interested in making car loans, sometimes they're not. GMAC's always interested.
Well, Molly, what do you think? You still going to get an import like Lee's?
Sure she is. You're going to get yourself one just like it, aren't you, Molly?
Well, it sure is a cute-looking car, Lee, but I'm not sure it's what I need or want anymore.
Well, you haven't even taken it for a ride yet. How can you know until you do?
She knows, Lee. She knows everything she needs to know. Right, Molly?
That's right, Frank. In fact, Frank's going to take me for a ride in his car right now. I'll get my purse.
Looks like Frank changed her mind for her.
Well, it's a good thing he did, Ramon. If Frank hadn't been here, Molly might have spent a lot more money than she had to.
If you change your mind about that import, Lee, here's my card.
Thanks, Frank. Molly needed to know those things. She wouldn't listen to me, but you know how kids are.
Not only kids, Floyd. Anyone thinking of buying an import needs to know all the facts. They get caught up in the mileage figures and fail to evaluate all the other factors. To make a wise decision, they need to know the whole story.
Right.
And when you meet prospects who are thinking import, be sure to tell your story all the way through. Be especially sure to give a thorough product presentation and demonstration. When people who have always driven our cars go into an import store for the first time, they have a lot of questions. So their salespeople have the perfect opportunity to present and demonstrate every product, feature, and benefit they can think of. Now, it's up to you to make your own opportunities to do the same thing for our products. Hit those same points I made to Molly. All 10 of them are listed in the printed material that accompanies this program. Compare purchase price, trade-in, passenger room, cargo space, mileage, driving range, service, parts availability, cost of parts, and ease of financing. Give them the facts and figures. It's an effective way to sell our cars when you meet prospects who are thinking import.